Well, we're here at Heartland Outdoors, and we're going to go to the range here in just a minute, but I've had a lot of questions lately, particularly regarding ear control. When you come to Heartland Outdoors, or any indoor range, any outdoor range for that matter too, you should always have eye and ear protection. And I wanted to review a couple of ways that are inexpensive and some of the more expensive ways that are probably a little more effective. Ear protection is really critical when you're doing an indoor range because they do a good job of deadening the sound here at Heartland Outdoors, but the echo and the tight quarters and the shock waves that come from the projectiles all add to the ambient noise. Cheapest way to do it is to just go ahead and buy yourself a pair of these. You can get them at any sporting goods store. Most of them fold up like that, run between $25, $20, and $30. Advantage, they work, they're cheap, available everywhere. Disadvantage, kind of big, kind of bulky. The ladies won't like them, and they don't fold up that tightly. Plus, the seals are okay, but depending on what your ear and head shape is like, you could still turn your head and get a little leak around the seal. There's a little more expensive version of the same thing, a little bit lower profile, folds up tighter. These were my favorites for a little while because they are lighter, less heavy, less lower profile. They have a better seal that's less apt to break. But again, when you're not shooting and you're in a situation where you need to conversate, you got to do that, or this, either way. One of the more desirable models is this model, and there are several of them. This is Homeward Light. These are electronic, and they take a battery. You can see the wires. Again, low profile, folds quickly and tightly, but they have an on-off switch, and each headphone has its own stereo microphone. Plus, it has a noise gate. So when there's a loud pop, it immediately closes the noise gate to allow you hearing protection. Then, when the noise has gone away, opens back up so you can talk and have a conversation. Low profile, easy to put on, very lightweight, and you can turn them up or down and still hear yourself when you're talking. It closes the noise gate. These are really, really good for instructors or if you're going to be doing a lot of talking in between your shots. Now, the most advantageous type of ear protection comes from a custom ear protection. And our good friends at Fine Hearing Centers, finehearingcenters.com here in Edmond, can make these for you. They will take an impression of your ear and then actually make custom ear protection for you. They did these for me. I'm going to be taking these into the range in just a minute and trying them out. They come on a cord so you don't drop them. Go right into the ears like you're used to. But the good part is they are custom made for your ear and your ear only. And there is a left and a right, so you got to get it correct so that they go in there right. And in they go. Low profile. You can still hear a little bit, but they custom protect your hearing from the shock wave. Now, I've talked to the audiologists over at Fine Hearing Centers, and they recommend, particularly when you are shooting indoors, to not only have the custom ear protection, but also the external ear protection, which is why I'll try both and tell you how effective both are. Okay, so there you have it. Definitely the best option was the digital headphones with their sound on and turned all the way up. That way I could hear what was going on when the noise gate opened. But I got to tell you, going with just the headphones alone, you were able to turn your head right or left, and it would create little leaks in here. Plus, if you had somebody sitting next to you or shooting next to you that was rapid firing, the noise gate would stay closed the whole time anyway. So, using just the headphones by them, these ear plugs by themselves, out on the range it would be fantastic. But there was still shock waves that come from that sound and that bounce off the walls that penetrate. So if there's if there's somebody sitting next to you or standing next to you in the next lane shooting an AR-15, that would still be kind of painful, even though you've got the protection. So I can't imagine what it must be like without any protection. So again, probably best that you get some of these and this, especially if you are shooting rather regularly.